Cats like to play, but will also scratch without warning. They want attention, but you better not smother them. Well, it's confusing, isn't it? Do you have any idea what your cat is thinking, feeling, or communicating when her tail points up in the air or straight out behind her? How about when it twitches vigorously or sways gently? Alright, we hear you, and today we have come up with ways to know what your feline friend is trying to tell you. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and have the bell icon on to stay ahead always. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Come on. To begin with, feline communication comprises body language, vocalization, and even scent cues that we humans can detect. It can be as obvious as a loud hiss or as subtle as a gentle flick of the tail. Body language can be expressed via a cat's facial expressions, fur, and body posture. All these elements work together to send a message, so observing the tail alone won't provide the full picture. First and foremost, observe your cat carefully. It is best to start this process with an open mind and open eyes. Watch your cat carefully. They don't have only one way of communicating. They don't meow to tell other cats what is going on. Instead, they use a combination of body language and small sounds to speak to the animal world around them. It seems to some researchers and scientists that cats have intuitively learned to communicate with us verbally, because that is how they see us communicate with each other. Our primary method of communication takes place through spoken word. Many of us have fallen out of touch with the idea of reading someone's body language. Interestingly, those considered most adept in social situations don't wield the spoken word well, but they can read someone's body language and quickly respond appropriately. When it comes to animals, it is often the most useful to learn their body language. But since cats are putting the effort to communicate with us verbally, we should attempt to translate that too. Listen. When your cat begins to meow, listen for intonation, frequency, and pitch. This way you can begin to decipher subtle changes in the way that they speak to you. There are different types of vocalizations through which the cats communicate. Meowing is a vocalization that your cat uses to tell you just about anything. Just like certain kinds of baking flour, this sound is all-purpose. They use a meow to greet you, to announce an emotion or an objection, or as a method of giving you a command. Interestingly, some cats will meow to themselves when they don't realize that there are others around. Researchers are not sure exactly what this means yet. Next up, purring. Purring has an obvious meaning to almost anyone who has spent time around a cat. It denotes a sign of contentment. The cat is happy or relaxed. They might also purr to comfort themselves if they get anxious. A howl or a yowl means that your cat is either deeply irritated with something or that they are distressed. They might be trapped in a closet or in pain. Chirps are often a sound that mothers make to get their kittens' attention. This sound is one of the few that cats use to communicate between themselves. Watch their body language up close. This is the most important. They typically communicate with body language and often pair their vocalizations with the movements that come naturally to them. Physicalizations will tell you whether your cat is ready to fight, which is shown through arched back, erect ears, or flee, which is understood by crouch position, facing sideways. The primary indicators are the ears, posture, and tail. Generally speaking, happy and relaxed felines have cat body language that's loose and gently curved. If you were to pick them up or pet them, they'd feel soft, heavy, and relaxed rather than rigid or tense. A happy and relaxed cat usually has its legs extended or stretched out away from its body, and its tail may be extended out or loosely wrapped around the body when it's resting, says Sam Nigber-Mays, a behavioral sciences team counselor at the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. When on the move, a relaxed cat's tail will likely be loosely down or held up and curved forward. Happy and relaxed cats usually hold their ears and whiskers in a neutral position, and their eyes are generally almond-shaped, with thinner, sliver-shaped pupils. So keep in mind these telltale signs of a happy and relaxed cat. Eyes, almond-shaped, sliver-shaped pupils. Ears, neutral position. Whiskers, neutral position. Body, loose and curved. Tail, loosely positioned down or curved forward. Loving. Some common ways cats show love and affection include bunting, that is, rubbing against furniture or walls, and even headbutting you. When they do these things, they deposit their scent on you, or the object in question. Basically, they like you enough to claim you as their own. You may also notice your cat lying on the ground and rolling back and forth from side to side. It's not just itching its back or getting its stretch on. This is a loving and friendly greeting and an invitation to approach. affectionate cats often need. This cat behavior originates in kittenhood, when kittens need their mom's belly to help milk flow more freely. Cats do this when they're feeling content, adored, and relaxed. Last, a cat that loves and trusts its owner will blink at the owner very slowly and calmly. These slow eye blinks, known as cat kisses, signify a positive emotional message conveying attention and trust. You can respond in kind by slowly blinking back. Excited or playful. A cat that's excited will often have similar body language to a relaxed cat, but with a few variations. A good way to tell the difference is by noting the cat tail language. You may notice the cat holding its tail up with the tip quivering. As a cat becomes more aroused, you may see its tail held lower and/or see the tail start to flick or swish back and forth. Telltale signs of an excited or playful cat are as follows. Eyes, widened with dilated pupils. Ears, shifted forward or reversed. Whiskers, forward and fanned out. Body, loose and relaxed. Tail, upright and possibly quivering at the tip, held lower and slightly swishing. Often when your cat exhibits this behavior, it's a sign that it wants to play or is enjoying the playtime you're spending together. Angry, fearful, or anxious. A cat that's feeling scared, anxious, stressed, or agitated will often display bodily responses that tell you or other animals it's time to back up. This includes hissing, trembling or shaking, and guttural meowing. In severe cases, the cat may also lose control of its bladder or bowels. A stressed or fearful cat will also attempt to change its perceived size. This could manifest by a cat making itself bigger by arching its back, making its fur stand up, erecting its tail and ears, and standing sideways. Some cats may crouch up into a tight ball with their limbs and tail tucked away. This enables the cat to escape if a strong threat arises. A cat might show that they feel threatened by lowering their tail or whipping it aggressively back and forth. They will often hiss and might even growl to tell you that they are not happy at all with what is happening. Watch out in these cases because they might be telling you that they are about to become aggressive. When a cat goes from threatened to scared, they will have slightly different ways of expressing this. They will pull their whiskers and ears backward. The cat will also hiss and become erratic and skittish. Possessiveness. It seems fitting for a cat to express possessiveness toward a human since they are often the rulers of a household. When they rub their cheek against your legs, clothes, or face, they are not doing so to show you affection. They have scent glands in their cheeks, and when they rub against you, they mark you with their scent. What does it mean for the tail to be held between the legs? As weird as it may sound and look, hear this out. This is a submissive position that's likely trying to convey that your cat is scared, upset, or wants to be left alone. Unlike the bristled tail, a submissive tail can make a cat look smaller and less threatening to another aggressive cat. If you see her in this position, don't approach. If cornered, she may still hiss, scratch, and/or bite, or turn on her back with her claws up, ready for defense. Cats hit you with their tail to get attention. A cat seated at your feet and gently hitting you with her tail is likely showing a sign of affection, not all that different to petting you. However, being hit by a tail can also signal a cat that is irritated, lonely, affectionate, anxious, or hungry. Cats who are feeling friendly and wish to interact may greet people by curling their tails around them and by intertwining their tails with other cats. Sometimes cats will twine their tail around a person's legs in a bid for attention or food. It's also a marking technique to say, "This person is mine." Although it might take time to learn exactly what your cat is trying to tell you, working at it can often strengthen your bond. It makes them feel more comfortable with you when you respond according to what they're trying to tell you. In the end, it makes for a happy kitty and a less confused owner. Well, that's it for today. Hope it was infotaining. If you did enjoy, don't forget to hit the like button. While you're on it, hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Toodles and take care of yourselves and your cats. Goodbye.